Right, let's do this. Hello, gentle people. It is Sunday o'clock?
Sunday o'clock.
9 o'clock UK time, yes. You can tell it's the Salute weekend, can't you? Pain is fried.
Yeah.
Now, I went to Salute this weekend yesterday. It was a wonderful day. I picked up a few things along with this gentleman here, Dave Taylor. Yeah.
I was for sale. I was going cheap.
Yes. Dave was coming up to see me in the studio tomorrow, but I found out he was coming up to watch us this night, staying in a local hotel. So it was like, right, come and have Sunday lunch with us and join us on the Sunday nighter. Yeah. So,
all good.
If you don't know Dave is sort of a community industry personality. You're a man of many hats and a man of many companies, aren't you?
I've worked with Toy Soldiers now for 24 years. 24 years this year.
Yeah.
Started off with Games Workshop. When I left Games Workshop, I worked for Wargames
So
Illustrated.
last senior post at Games Workshop, just to put it in context.
Oh, I was US Community Development Manager.
So you developed the community in the US for them before you left and moved on that. So that was the last role.
Yeah, that was working with hobby champions across the country.
Yeah, so you weren't a red shirt or anything like that. Your specific role with community. You carried on with that community development as a core of what you do, isn't it, with companies?
Yeah, exactly. It's 14 years with Games Workshop. I learned a hell of a lot of stuff. A lot of it about promotions and marketing, and a lot of it about community development.
Yeah.
And working in all those areas was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good. When I left there, I went to work for Wargames Illustrated.
Yeah.
The best historical wargaming magazine in the world. And that was 5 years there. I was the US editor.
Yeah.
We used to get a lot of content coming through from US wargamers and that sort of thing, so I'd liaise with them. And we had quite a small team at the time. It was just three of us. But and I think Dan, the owner, has grown it now. He's got 6 people working for him on a regular basis.
Hey baby, she's going to be down for a drink in a second.
And of course she is.
But the last 4.5 years I've been running my own business called Dave Taylor Miniatures, which basically offers services to toy soldier companies. Yeah. Because there's a lot of 1 and 2 person sort of companies. And
community development is a challenging aspect.
It is for sure. Community development. I do graphic design. I do photography. There's a lot of other skill sets that I have that I offer up to these companies to help fill their gaps for a short period of time, because they can't afford to hire a new person. Yeah. And so they can hire me on a project-by-project basis. So
right, got you.
That's kind of what I do now.
Right, just before we continue, let's have a look at who we've got. I see Miko, Rolf, Odin, Gary, Jonathan, 4-Star, Blink, Darth, Mike, Bamoza, Mike, Caesar, Bill, Rob, Gary, Zed Greenfingers, like that. Yeah. Graham, hello dude. Graham's just back from Salute. Long journey, dude. Yeah. Jonathan, Squibbler, Ice Dragon, Bleed Easy, Pagan, Tunnel Rat, Bryn, Great. Yeah, we've done Jonathan, Sane, Daniel, Stiggy. We've got a lot of new people today, people. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Miko, Al Kirkham, Larissa, Min. Now I did see Rob. Yeah, Rob's looking forward to your book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's just had a Kickstarter for a book finish an hour ago, and watching him go through the emotional, it's been wonderful. Yeah. Because I first bumped into Dave. Yeah, Jace could possibly be too tired. We had a long day at Salute yesterday, and Jace was an absolute stormer.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a long night on Friday night too.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we got into the hotel about 10 o'clock, and by about 10 past 10, we got vodkas next to Dave Taylor. Yeah. They switched the lights off on the bar on us, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They said, you need to leave.
Yeah, the bar shut. It was just full of war games companies, this bar was.
And I was like, oh. But, we had to go and get ready for Salute. But I think it was like 2 o'clock by the time we got
it was about 2 o'clock by the time we staggered out there. You know, I'm utterly professional here, guys. Yeah. The video, there's going to be bits which is going to be like no talkie. Yeah, just background music. Yes, come on, say hello.
I'm just going to get my drink.
All right, get your drink first. Yeah, this lot know the crack. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Bedtime is at 9:30.
Right, okay.
Show starts at 9. Everyone's used to the crack.
Right, nice.
Yeah. But no, Salute was really good. But we met up on the But the thing is, me and Dave actually go back beyond the terrain tuner.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yep.
A lot of you guys, well, some of you guys will know that before I became the terrain tutor, I was just a normal hobbyist.
It was a regular Mel.
Yeah, there was with a normal job and that sort of stuff, in an office with paper and no filler. Yeah,
Sounds terrible.
but I used to have a blog called Corbania Prime about my Imperial Guard. Now at the same time, Dave was doing his Tannis stuff. You were doing your Blood Pack stuff, your Imperial Guard, a lot of converting. And we were sort of online buddies, there was a bit of banter backwards and forwards and sharing and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So Dave's probably one of the few people who actually know me before I was the terrain tutor.
Yep.
So when I heard he was coming over, it was the perfect opportunity to get together.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is, of course, you lot have been going on about me about doing a certain project.
Yep.
Yeah, and Dave has just completed a certain project and it's gone very well.
It has.
Yeah, so we may be talking about that tomorrow and seeing if we can make something come alive and what we can do.
That would be really cool. I'm also I'm excited a lot.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that as well. Yeah.
Should we throw it out there? Because, they already know what roughly the things I want to do. And so...
Sure, yeah.
All right, listen, quick straw poll. If I did a book on terrain, how many of you would buy it? Just give me a yay in the comments. Yeah, because with no offence, if I've got to sit down and write like 10,000 words, somebody better be willing to buy it. Yeah, that's a long homework.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a sip, and if we get 5 people saying yay, we know we can go ahead.
Yeah, loads of people waving. I'll catch up with some names in a minute. Salute was brilliant. It was a great show. Yeah,
Right.
It was manic.
It was.
Yeah.
It was definitely... I'm sure they opened the doors early. It felt like that. I was unprepared for the doors opening.
I think they opened on time, but I think everyone was a bit sluggish getting started.
It might have been that.
It might have
been that 2 o'clock.
There were a lot of gamers in that bar. But even I got... Because what I wanted to do is they have the big doors and they open them up and everyone floods through.
Yep.
And I wanted to capture that.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and literally as I was making my way down, I suddenly saw the doors open and everyone just piled through. And I thought, right, I've missed that.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yes. I'm not even going to count them.
Done.
Yeah, all right. We work on the synopsis tomorrow.
We'll
all right.
it
Yeah, Mel will be looking at publishing a book either tail end of this year or early start of next year. Roughly, no longer than a year. Hopefully, turn around.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I like to do, we're going to be working on a book together, is get this book that I've just finished, get it out to the public so they can see the quality that.
And then spin that off as like, there's the example of what physically you'll be getting.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing to do.
I think that there's, because not just that, when you're talking about a book, it's difficult, right? Well, what sort of book are we talking? Are we talking about something that you're going to get your mate to print?
Yeah.
Or is it going to a proper printers? Do you know?
Is it going to be spiral bound?
But books are very variable things, aren't they? When people say books.
So
the sacred texts, the Meliconicon.
But the holding a book, and the feel of the book, and the cover, and how the pages turn, and all that sort of stuff. It's all very visceral stuff. So I'd love to get that at first and we're going to do all the planning. We're going to have all the things.
Well, it's not just that. With a terrain book, I've got to build terrain to take photos. Exactly. Yeah, so the actual production time of this book, it's not something I can just sit down and say, right, I'm going to take a month and write. Yeah, there's also terrain projects that have got to be done. So I've got to plan my content around not only what I want to bring to the channel, but what I can also utilise for still photography for the book. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of logistics here to sort out to make sure I get all the content. Yeah, so it's not something I want to rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's something that could easily fall down and then I could be left with, I've got 3 weeks of terrain building just to get 3 photos.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get them at this stage.
Yeah, exactly. You want to, get it right the first time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It works.
You guys have seen my videos. We're screwed. This is why I've got him on board, because if I tried it on my own, you see, Dave's book is about project management. Yeah, and I'm going to have him managing me as a project.
No. Better go and read that book.
The Lost Scrolls of Melitude. The Word of Mel.
Word of Mel.
What type of book? A terrain book. Woot woot. Oh yes, sell them in hobby shops too. Well, we're definitely looking at not just Kickstarter, but where it can go after it. Come on. Love you, darling. Good night, God bless you.
No, he gets
Oh, there you are. You're part. You've had dinner. You're part of the family now.
Excellent. That's cool.
Nah, I wouldn't be so happy. She'll be after pocket money next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, God bless, baby.
Good night.
Yeah, loads of people are saying, oh, why not a magazine? Too much content too regularly. I know people who've done magazines and they are always chasing content, always chasing deadlines.
Yep.
And to be truthful, guys, with those sort of deadlines, I don't mind a big deadline, you know, that I can slowly work towards. But the idea of having like multiple deadlines a month and then playing that game every issue.
Yeah,
it takes a certain character.
I've probably spent 22 years working on magazines with a monthly deadline.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what's involved in that.
Yeah.
And that's. I think we can provide a better product.
Yes.
It's something that's going to be much more valuable for a longer term.
Yeah.
When you're talking magazine stuff, the rate you've got to sort of go through. It's very
magazine is topical content.
It's very top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to fly through. It'll be relevant for a little while. Yeah, there'll be odd little tips and tricks, but you'll never really use them, or they'll get lost in the magazine because you'll save the magazine with the idea I'll save that, but you'll forget which magazine's it in. It'll end up in the pile of magazines that the spouse comes along and says, "Are you going to do something with those at some point?"
Yeah,
we've all been there. Whereas if I can do a tangible book, it's something that, you know, you're going on a car journey.
Yep.
I'm going to take Mel's book with me, and while I'm camping, I'm going to sit by the fire in the day, flick through a few pages, or if I'm hobbying, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And well, there's so many, as we talked about before, there's so many different ways that you can slice the information about terrain.
Oh God, yeah.
So if it's just something that you know, okay, this book gives you the basics, and then this book focuses on particular techniques, like 3 or 4 techniques, and then the next book. So there's a series.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I picked one up. What you call it? Just under that army painter box, mate. Yeah, while I was at Salute, I often pick up books and stuff like that, because obviously I would, you know, terrain books and stuff like that. So I reach out to the diorama modelers. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And just an example. Yeah. Yeah. I bought a book. Yeah. On making trees. Yeah.
And
Part 1.
Part 1.
Yeah. Broadly. There's 3 parts. Yeah. That book cost me just shy of £20.
Wow.
For that.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of things in there that I've learnt from it already. There's lots of eye candy, you know, and I like the read.
Yep.
But with terrain, there is so much, and I want to do so much more than that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? With the first one. So if that's worth £20, then yeah, I can do something that's worth something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But listen, guys, for all of you who are watching, obviously you're going to have questions because me and Dave are chatting. You know, I'm not 100% focused on the comments as usual. So we've got the Google Doc. It's down in the description. Yeah, if you've got a question for me or Dave, it could be a terrain question, it could be a wargaming community, anything. Well, we've got Dave. Yeah, we're opening the category tonight while we're sort of, you know. Yeah, so fire those in the Google Doc. It is open and it is accepting questions right now. I've got a couple of questions already, but we'll wait for that build-up to say about at least 5 or 6, so we've got a few to chew through.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously the mods are there if you need any help. And as always, guys, if you do appreciate and you do want to support the channel and you do like these chats, remember, during a live stream, you can nip down below. You'll find a link to my PayPal account. Yeah, click that, put a little nugget in there, send it over. Yeah, you'll make Mel smile. Yeah, he won't know what it is. But listen, if we can hit 3 figures, I'll make him do the gopher dance. Yeah, we have this ritual.
There's a lot of dances I've done. I've not done the gopher dance.
Have you seen Caddyshack?
I have, but
yeah, you know the gopher how he dances at the end. Yeah. If we raise more than 3 figures on a live show, I have to do the gopher dance.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's sort of tradition. Yeah.
Wait, and now I have to do it?
Well, yeah, you're on the show. Yeah, that's tough sugar buggy.
I better look this up.
They are. Jason's. Hey up, Jason. How you doing, buddy? Jason's in the system, and he's punting links, and he's probably going to punt over £100 himself just to see us do the. Jace will do stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Chapter 2.
Well, I love the way that at the end they said just to see us do it. So as long as I'm not doing it alone.
No. Trust me. The kids have done it. The Kez has done it. Everyone who's on the show gets to do it. I mean, I even had Fred do it one day, and he's in his 60s. Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, other thing. A lot of you have been screaming at me about Legion. Now, not only did I pick up this at Salute,
you got...
I got this. Yeah. We also discovered one of our personal friends could be working with a company quite associated with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so I may be able to get formal sort of permission to do some stuff, which is always a good position for me.
Yeah.
Messing with other IPs, it can be a bit iffy at times, and you want to make sure that at the bare minimum they're aware of you and what you're doing and they're okay with it.
Yeah.
Even if you've not got any sort of official engagement.
Yeah.
If someone's aware of you, then it's a bit safer when you're messing with other people's IPs. And when my living, and supporting the kids relies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
for sure.
Our personal friend may be able to really help us out with that. So,
Awesome.
yeah. Now, over there, I've got from Deep Cut Studios, they sent me a battle map for Tatooine.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, one
I
of
have
them
to
new
check
ones.
that out. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so I've got that. So I think we're going Tatooine. That'll be our first terrain set.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's so much you can do with the... And there's a lot of very distinctive organic shapes in those buildings.
Yeah.
And you can do some fantastic
Well,
stuff.
Tatooine's very much modelled off Middle East, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of...
There's a lot of inspiration from the
inspiration,
course.
yeah.
And it's sci-fi'd up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, our standard sort of our desert techniques for construction will work if we integrate sci-fi elements with them. So I'm going to reach out for some bit eye candy, some resin casts.
Right, okay.
The dials, the pads, and embed them into traditional sort of Adobe building style buildings.
Yep.
Obviously built in the sci-fi style rather than the Arabic.
Yeah. There's a company, I can't remember the name of the company, but they do a game called Maelstrom's Edge.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and they created a plastic sprue, like a hard plastic sprue of bits, like terrain bits, so that you could build your own terrain essentially.
See, I'm thinking about 3D printing them and make a silicone mold.
Yeah. Oh, you can do that too.
And then just,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Loads of different things.
Yeah. Basically, I'm paying the lad £2 an hour to learn what to 3D design.
Wow.
Yeah, because he has to learn it as part of his GCSE options.
Right, okay.
It's one of the core elements
That's cool.
he's got to learn, 2D and 3D design. So I've turned around and said, well, if you've got to learn it, you learn it for me, I'll give you assignments and I'll pay you £2 an hour, up to a maximum amount for completing the assignment. So you're not dragging things out.
Right, yeah.
Because I sat down, it's like 3D printing, 2D laser cutting. They're areas that, as a trained person, I'm going to have to get into at some point.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not rushing into it, and I'm not looking to become a manufacturer, but they are becoming more prevalent within the train world.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they're becoming more prevalent within home users. So at least I need to be up to speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got time to be up to speed, but with learning video editing and all the technical stuff that goes behind the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sort of my professional development time. Yeah, is very much
to this
digital media rather than learning new design packages and stuff like that. So I'm punting it to the boy for £2 an hour.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and I figure by the time he qualifies, he'll be a proper 3D designer. He'll have a load of products, that they may not be commercially available, but he'll have a product portfolio of stuff he's designed and print. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I've got Kai in the studio.
Professionally designed.
Yeah, professionally designed because he got paid for it. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
I've got Kai in the studio who's got like a 15 grand 3D printer.
Nice.
Because Kai in the studio, the robotics guy,
Yep.
his actual studio is actually a science support lab for Exeter University.
Okay.
That's who employs him and set the lab up.
Yep.
But he runs robotics on the side out of it as well as his gig.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically Exeter University has kitted his room out with the best makerspace you can imagine.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm slowly converting him to wargaming.
Yes.
One of us.
Come to the dark side.
I mean, the artist's opposite. He's a what you call it? He's an experimental artist.
Okay.
Sticks all sorts of things to canvas. Yeah.
Right.
Plays Death Guard.
Okay.
I walked in. I'm like, do you know what, mate? I walk in. I see your work. I don't know whether you're prepping a battlefield or what you're doing another canvas.
Excellent.
Yeah. Let's get drunk. I'm paying. Yes, Tamsin, that was it. Tamsin was at the show at Salute.
I'm really sorry I missed you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was supposed to be in one spot, but I
I
wandered
didn't,
around
to be
quite
truthful, other than the coffee at the very start, I didn't even see you.
a bit. Well,
Do you know what? The amount...
how many thousands of people were there?
Well, I mean, it's not just that. It's the thing on Facebook where you're going through, and I kept seeing tables, and it's like, I didn't even see.
Right.
The ones I struggled with were the trader tables.
Right, okay.
Because they were swamped by customers.
Right, yeah.
And until the crowds cleared,
Yeah.
you didn't actually see what tables they'd got out, because when they were setting the stands up, the first thing they set up, and they're always late setting the stands up.
Yeah.
Yeah? The first thing they set up is the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what people buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Once the stock's up, then they set out the displays, but by that time the stand's already swamped and I don't see them. So I suddenly don't become aware of these tables until 20 minutes to go, and I'm running around with my camera trying to grab the last photos.
Yep.
Right, we've got 3 questions, but people are generally chatting in the comments, so we'll jump on the we'll go to 1:30 for the questions. Yes, give it another 10 minutes, get a few more questions in, and we'll just have a nose at the comments. I have 200 minis waiting for me to paint them. You need a project management book.
You do. I know.
Who would have thought that many people? Funded 900%, and it's a book on project management.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Oh, hey. Kerry's brought us sweeties. This is because you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Oh, sorry to miss you too, Dave Cam says. You see, what you've got to be careful at with my chat is, we have quite a... I mean, we've got over 100 people watching.
Right. Yep.
They have their own conversations. It's like a little tea club.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's times when I'll look at my chat comments and I'll just look at it and it's like, I have no idea what they're talking about and they're not talking to me.
Right, yep.
Yeah, and I'll sit here like, do I disturb them?
Just let them go.
Okay, right. Mel, to be sure to include Terrain Triad in the book. Yeah, mine's going to be... We were talking generally about the idea, but my first book is going to be Terrain Essential Tips along that sort of side.
I think so, yeah. Well, we talk about maybe project management for terrain.
And, planning and, because of drying phases, storage and...
It's a lot of that's a big thing, and thinking about if you're going to be working outside, weather,
environment,
all that sort of stuff.
Humidity.
The killer humidity.
I mean, when I worked at Watchclub, when I was building my D-Day table, my first studio wasn't actually the one I'm in. I worked in a temporary one.
It wasn't environmentally controlled at all.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember
it took
seeing the
3
videos.
days. 3 days. And filler hadn't dried in 3 days, and I was facing the fact that this is actually a warm day and it still hasn't dried.
Yep.
It's not going to cure at all in this environment. So things like that and all that sort of stuff. Very much a bit like Dave, the stuff I've picked up over the years.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, in all honesty, you've probably heard a lot of the tips.
Yep.
The thing is, you're probably going to have to watch 500 hours of videos to get them all.
To sort of comb them all out.
To pick them out and be aware of when that tip came out, because it will have been spurted out on a live stream or as I'm doing something. Whereas the book will be far more, because it's planned, it will be tip, 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 tip.
Yeah. There'll be a very you're able, when you're putting a book together, rather than just talking about it on a live stream, it can be a bit rambling sometimes, or it might be planned,
so it's far concise and to the point.
Well, yeah, when you build a book, you can plan it out beautifully, and you put an index in.
Yeah.
Where is it in the index?
Yeah, where's the index? Not just that, I mean, like you say, with planning it, you make sure you tick all the bases. I mean, the amount of times I've done a video and then I've been editing and I've thought, I should have mentioned, because you guys know how I do my videos. The camera goes on, my hands get dirty and we just go for it. Yeah, I don't have a script, which, one, it's quite nice and I like that style of filming, but at the same time, there are times when I walk away and it's like, I needed to say that. I'm not going to have that issue with a book. And the way I'm going to approach this book is, I want the end of every page to have been worth reading.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Before you turn the page, that was worth there's something in there that I've come away, I'm thinking different, I've learned something.
You want it all to have value.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's no point in writing it if it's not going to be valuable.
Yeah. Jez is saying, I need project management on my leather work. Jez is a leather worker, does awesome stuff. Yeah, he did this Nurgle dice bag. It was disgusting. I mean, literally,
I don't want to think about it.
Mate, I mean, literally, basically it was like a sack sort of thing. Can you imagine it? Can't you? Yeah, it was just, and I'll tell you what, it was just, it looked beautiful and rancid at the same time. It was perfect. It was perfect Nurgle.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Jace is chatting. Everyone's chatting. Juice page. Yeah, we'll check those in 4 minutes. I painted 2,000 figures in 30 years. 10,000 in what you call it?
About the same time.
Yeah.
About 30 years. So 27 years. Yeah.
You've knocked some armies out, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I remember back in the blogging days, and you were prolific then.
Yep. The last 4 years, I think maybe 5 years, I've put out like 550, 560 models a year, and then back when I was working at Games Workshop, particularly in Australia, there was 1 year when I did the Tanith.
Yeah.
So I did the Tanith, and I did Vitrian Dragoons and some Jantine Patricians to go alongside them, and then I painted up 300 Steel Legion models as Shriven to be the opposing force on a gaming table, and that was all in like 6 months. Because I had to get it done for Games Day. You got to do things like that sometimes.
Yeah. We've been there.
Yeah.
I decided around about the same time that I would see if I can truly fill every purchase option in the Imperial Guard troop unit.
Right. Okay.
Remember the one which like command squads, 6 squads, support squads, and my entire army was one unit choice almost.
Yep.
Yeah. But even that killed me.
You remember that there was a picture in one of the Imperial Guard codexes around that time that was like this huge formation.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they photoshopped that.
Yeah, that was the question, wasn't it? And everyone was trying to pick it out whether they had, and everyone was arguing over the angles of the...
They had.
Yeah.
They had. I asked about it, and they were like, yeah, we had to... They had a lot of models, they had about 100 models, but they made it look like several thousand. I was like, alright, got to get started on that. One day I will I will have figured enough to put that whole thing together.
If you go to Warhammer World, they've now got the marching out of one of their displays, haven't they? Where someone is literally to heavy metal standards.
Right. Yeah.
That's a bit brutal.
Yeah. The teams that they've got working there, they do some amazing stuff.
Oh, God, I keep reaching out to them to see if I can just go and visit. Nothing
right,
engage or public. Just I'd love to just come and visit.
Right.
You know, and visit you in the studio and talk to you about your art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you look at the stuff they do.
Yeah.
You know, especially the Forge World display team.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some talented people in there. Now, a few people are asking a couple of questions. Will Mel's book be a Kickstarter or order direct or digital? It will be a tangible product. There may be a PDF version, that sort of stuff. But primarily, I want a hardback book to slap down. That's what I'm aiming for.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything above that would be great. Kickstarter or order direct, it really depends what happens with Dave over the next 6 months as you reach out and make connections with the publishing side,
there's a bunch of conversations that are going to be had.
Yeah,
there's me, other people.
Because, I mean, essentially, I will be the author.
Yep.
Dave's sort of the middleman, direct publisher dealing with possibly a distributor and something. So there's a lot of options that are on the table, yeah? Now, worst case scenario, we do it like Dave, we self-publish, we go to Kickstarter, and we can do that. Yeah, so there's not a problem there. Ideally, from your point of view, from my point of view, it's always better if someone else, you know, who knows about these things and has the connections is doing it for you.
One of the things that we don't have directly is a distribution network.
Exactly.
So you talk to the people who have distribution networks.
Yeah, who can sell books, essentially. So conversations need to be had. But yeah, we are looking at a tangible, physical book. Yeah, and I think, you know, if we do go down the Kickstarter route, it is going to be how many pages do you want? And that's the stretch goals you're going to be. How many without being silly, because I've got to save stuff for the other books.
Yeah. Well, with mine, initially I was thinking around about 100 pages.
Yeah.
Which is and still a nice size hardback book. That's a little bit bigger than most of the codexes.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But now it's up around in the 160, 170 page mark. Yeah. Because of the stretch goals and that sort of thing. So it's going to be heftier and a lot cooler. I'm really excited.
Yeah, most definitely.
Put that aspect in. But yeah, definitely.
You should do the book as a volume set. Yes, we have discussed this. Yeah, there's a couple of ways I could do different terrain books. You know, on techniques, on systems and periods, on individual projects.
Yep.
And if it goes well and people want more, then I haven't got a problem. You know, why would I not Do you know what I mean? If people want more. But the first thing is if I can get a book that can generally help people with terrain, which is what I'm here to do, get that nailed, I've hit that goal. And then where we go from there...
I think you could really be like the Stephen King of terrain books. Like every year there's a new terrain book.
Dude, I mean, the thing is, it will just manage. All you'd have to do is sync your content with your book planning.
Yeah.
So that, you know, the videos I'm working on YouTube and the projects and the commissions I'm working on all supplement and contribute content towards a book project, which is the real in-depth stuff.
Yeah.
Or, you know, this side of it or this side of it.
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
People are talking models, easy set, hornblower game for the TV series. You get some random comments. Back, front, what you doing? Who's doing the foreword of your book? I don't know. I don't know who will do the foreword of my book. Who would I have to do a foreword of a terrain book?
That's a good question.
Because the terrain's quite weird because normally with a foreword you get a personality.
Yeah.
You know, someone famous to sort of front the book.
Yeah.
You know, but in the terrain world, you know, who do you get to do the foreword?
Well, maybe you don't. I don't know. If you're talking about wargaming terrain, perhaps you talk to
Warhammer.
You talk to a general. You talk to somebody who knows.
No, I'll tell you who we do. I'll reach out. I'll reach out to Sandhurst.
Right. Yeah.
The guys who do their wargame. Their wargame.
Oh yeah, the military academy. Yeah.
It's all right. My lad almost went through Sandhurst for commission boards. Got to second interview, and they basically chose not to go for commission.
Right.
A little bit too. Not going into it now, not a problem, but you know what I mean, family stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, but he ended up going into into quite a good career in the army and that sort of stuff. But he went through Sandhurst.
But
also
so something like that. The people who understand the importance of terrain.
In a different context.
In a different context,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So well, you see, these are the questions that I'd never even thought about.
Yeah.
You know, this is
that's what I love. I love talking with people about lots of different things.
It's
you start to come at different things from different angles all the time, and you can still have the core of what you were originally thinking, but it's just made so much better by everybody else's input. Yeah,
most definitely. Cool. Atol's asking, this book of yours, will it be worldwide distribution?
Oh, question for Dave. This book of mine, I'm hoping so. Yep. So it should be printing in October.
Thanks, Rob.
Is my plan.
No, just Rob saying, Mel, you are the biggest terrain bloke from the forward.
Nice. I thought that's what you were fishing for, but I wasn't.
I wasn't even fishing for it. It's trying to avoid it, to be truthful.
Oh
God, no! Kez is not doing the foreword.
But hopefully print in October, distribute to the Kickstarter backers in November, and then by then certainly have a distribution plan worked out.
Yeah.
Regardless of what that is.
Yeah, I mean. Distribution's the key, isn't it? Because it's ongoing. That's what we're looking for, both of us, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, because talking about the books, it goes back to what you said about magazines versus books. Yeah. It's not a topical thing. It's an evergreen thing.
Yeah, exactly. It will always be
valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
Ongoing.
Will the book cover palm trees? Bugger off.
We had that conversation earlier.
Yeah, I told you, palm trees on bloody everything. They send me through the post, inflatable ones.
I would do that too.
Yes, you would.
I will now that I know about it.
Does Aussie still use pound sterling?
No, we haven't for quite some time.
Australian dollar, innit?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was like 1966. We used pounds until... It was probably Australian pounds until then, but...
Right. Now, before I do in fact, very quickly, quick check on the PayPals. We've had one. We've had a few. Okay.
Oh.
Right. Let me very quickly log in and do my stuff. Yeah, obviously, thank you for submitting the PayPals, guys. Yeah. Well, notifications on this phone are awful, so I have to log into the app. It's so seamless, this top-end production.
Yeah.
This is the Sunday nighter.
Yeah.
I told you, it's literally just from the house, family's running around, we'll be fine, Dave.
Yeah.
He's like, what's the format? What are we doing? I'm like, Dave, no, dude, you're too professional for this and that. Dude, sit your backside down, get a brew.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just going to have a bit of banter.
Yeah. All good.
Oh.
Gavin's asked in the chat, would you do the book for different scales? different materials. For
Yeah. I mean, what I'll do is I want an A4 version, an A5.
Nice. And a book in 15mm.
The thing is, I love 28mm gaming.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I not only do I get bullied over palm trees, moats, and castles, I also get bullied over scales.
I'm just gonna point here.
Yeah. Look, trust me.
Nice one, Jace.
No. You wait till you see the entire screen bloody full of them. Trust me, it will happen.
Yep.
Right. Okay. You guys have done me well. Okay. It wasn't we've had a couple or we've had one. Yeah. You're obviously enjoying the chat, so let's do this. Right. Okay. Starting off. Yeah, we got Dan M. He sent a couple of British nuggets. Thank you, Dan M. I think they want to see me dance. Yeah, I want that dance, XD. Oh, yes, Dan wants the dance. Yeah, then we got our mate Harry, or Odin on screen. He sent a couple of British nuggets. Odin, yeah, is a historical researcher at a university, something along those lines, over in Norway, specialising in Vikings. And he does Viking experimental archaeology by going and actually living as
fantastic.
a Viking.
Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
so
That's
he's awesome, mate.
Fantastic, yeah.
So that's our Harry. Quick message, as he sent us a message. A nugget per performer. He always gives a nugget per show. Okay, we got Dan H. Dan H has sent us 5 nugs. Yeah, we've got a lot of Dans today, haven't we? Come on. Yeah, no message, but thank you, Dan. Yeah, much appreciated. Oh, we got John B. John B really wants to see me dance. He's sent 20. Yeah, so now this is where Dave's going. What, 20? Yeah, this is Dave's first experience of live streaming and fundraising.
I'm going to look up Go for Dance.
Yeah, you see what you call it. A while ago, Dave was looking to get into Patreon, and we had a conversation, didn't we? And I had to kick your butt onto getting onto YouTube and that sort of stuff, and opening your eyes. This is another little eye opener for Dave. Like, what? Hey, what did you just say, mate? I've had £500 dropped in a live stream.
Wow.
Yeah, these guys have literally brought me, and I'll be honest with you, I cried. It was emotional. Yeah, because I mean, a stranger sent you for nothing. You know,
not for nothing.
Well, not for nothing, but for not receiving anything in return for it. You know, they've already received, and it's what I've already done, but I haven't done it directly for them. Yeah, just what they benefit from. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, John B, let's go. Let's check his Let's check his message. See what it is. It's going to be palm trees or dances. No message. Well, thank you, John. They're trying to make me dance, baby.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got Christian.
Come on, just stop raining. Don't want to make it rain again.
And in the first half hour, we're already going to be enabling scroll because we have gone off the side of the screen.
Hooray!
Yeah, contributing to the double go for dance. Oh, you see, I told you. Yeah. On top of that, yeah, we've got Christian. I think he sent off some foreign denomination, but it's boiled down to a couple of British nuggets. So thank you, buddy. We've got our Tamsin. Yeah, and she sent in a 10 British nuggets. Yeah, they're making us dance, man. Yeah. We're going out.
That's okay. I'm good with that.
You didn't know this was coming. So you came here for tea,
and this was just live. It doesn't go anywhere after this, right?
Oh no,
it's not on the internet.
That's all right. That didn't appear on screen. That's all right, Tam. I thought I'd put your second name out there for a second, but I didn't. Yeah, scroll. Enable the scroll. Yeah. Oh yes. Now, very quick refresh.
Good work.
And a quick calculation of how far off to go for dance we are. Okay. 2, 4, 9, 29, 31, 41 so far. Yeah, we're 59 off go for dance. We can end this show early, dude. We'll get to 58 on run.
I shouldn't start dancing yet, right?
No, don't start dancing. Don't. I know Fat Lady's song. You know the quote.
Or Fat Guy Dancing.
Fat Guy Dancing. There we go. So there our PayPal is. Thank you guys, and thanks for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. I've got some questions over here. Once I've done these questions, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to bimble with the comments for the last 45 minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because we're just chatting about all sorts of stuff, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do have some terrain questions, so I'm going to nail those now and do those properly. As always with terrain questions, I'll read the question out. Yeah, as I'm sort of giving my answer, if any of you guys in the community have an input and, got an angle on this, get it in the comments so, we reply as a community. Yeah, we help each other as a community. We raise each other up. as a community. That's what we do as terrainiacs. So, hello. Right. Responses in individual format. Morel's asking, hello, I'm working on a channel for my Modenland board. Would like to use some channel as in water channel. Would like to use some water effects but have no experience. Question, can I still achieve the illusion of depth with only 1 centimetre of resin? Yes, you can. Okay. Board is not tall enough to pour more in. That's perfectly fine. Should I make a few thin layers with different pigments in? Yeah. Yes, you should. You've answered your own question there, mate. First off, what you've got to do is have a look at establishing the idea of depth, yeah, by changing the colour in your main water channel, your base. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be putting resin over the top.
Yeah.
But you can create quite a strong illusion with quite shallow depth just from painting style.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at diffusion and opacity. Opacity is basically how much something goes from a solid colour to a clear colour, i.e. transparency.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you're looking at, like, you know, the red acetate that you can look through, yeah, that's transparent, yeah, it's not completely opaque and it's not completely clear.
That's translucent. Yeah.
Translucent, sorry, not transparent. Transparent is completely clear. Yeah, it's Mel in it. Words go wrong.
I'm here to help.
We're doomed.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. But you'd start off, and with a lot of the resins, you probably got about a 4 or 5 mil pour. Yeah. Same with the acrylics, but with channels and large areas, I don't recommend the acrylics. No, resins work better.
Yeah, the 2-part epoxy.
Yeah, 2-part epoxy. The problem with the acrylics is they're a water-based product, so they lose volume as they dry.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which in a small long channel, can lead to splitting from the edges.
I've had that happen in a not a long channel, but it's like a larger flat area.
Yeah, you get retraction and it retreats from where it was previously cured.
Some really strange.
Yeah. There's tricks around it. So go for the 2-part resins. Glass cast from from Easy Composites. They've just done a new 40 mil resin. You can pour up to 40 millimeters. Wow. And they've literally just developed it, and they've got a bottle for me to sort of have a play with. Awesome. They're a mile that way.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, cool. So my resin supply, I was looking for some and it was like, this is perfect. Where are they? I passed that on the way to school. Yeah, excellent. And I've become good friends with their marketing manager because they gave me the resin for the my foreground map project.
Oh, yeah.
So they showed that off, and now it's like, great. We have a relationship, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
great. But yeah, so they do 40 mil, but pretty typically you're looking at about 5 mils per resin pour. Yeah, so what I look at doing is basically, with most resins, you can actually add a bit of acrylic or acrylic ink in it. They're quite good like that. I'd start off with quite a dark one, and then with each pour, if you go with, say, do a 3 mil pour, resin pours typically have to be a minimum of 1 mil. Yeah, you can't do any more, less than 1 mil, you'll start having problems. And I know that sounds like that isn't much, but when you get on a game board, if you look at a 3 mil board, that's actually quite a sizable.
Oh, it is.
When you look at it next to a base. So 3 mil,
definitely.
So do 3 mil quite dense with your ink.
Yep.
Next 3 mil sort of half the amount of ink, and then the last 3 mil with a touch of ink.
Right, okay.
Yeah, or a touch of paint, but enough to basically get that gradient. And between that and the bottom colour, you will have the perfect sort of depth where, basically what happens is the further you go down, the more the water refracts the light back up, and the less you can see. Yep. And you will basically replicate that physical process, that physics process of light. Yep. Yeah, so that's how I'd approach that.
I've got a question to riff off that.
Go on.
So with Mordheim, with it being Mordheim, I expect it's going to be sort of like a green or a brown kind of water. Yeah. Would you start with like paint a dark brown on the base and then build up with green water, or would you paint green and build up with brown water, or would you mix?
No, I'd go with brown. Well, it depends on whether the water's contaminated.
Right. Okay.
That would change the colour of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Water typically reflects the environment around it if it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a water going through a field will be green. A water going through a city will be grey.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Because actually, you don't actually see colour of water. You see the reflected light, and that's diffuse light from the colour around it.
Right. Okay.
Okay. But the only time that changes is if the water physically has a colour. Therefore, it's emitting its own colour.
Right.
So the decision you have to make is it muddy water? is it toxic water or is it water in a muddy, toxic environment?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and that changes things because that way what you can have situations where the main water is brown, but you tint the very edges with a little bit of green because you've got mold there and you're getting a reflection of the bit of green.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do that just by basically mixing a little bit of resin, and once you've done your brown, get a brush with a tip of your green resin and just drag it along the edges.
Okay.
And it'll blend in while it's still wet, it'll still have the so it is doable, but it's understanding the colour of water, whether it's reflected, i.e. you're getting light from the environment reflected, or whether the water actually has a colour itself.
Right.
If the water has a colour itself, it will absorb all the other colours and only reflect back that colour, or light will bounce back. I mean, the other option on this is what's the situation I was going to say, but really messes it about. Yeah, angle and distance.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the distance you view water at. Have you ever noticed when sometimes you'll view water and it's silver because it's reflecting the sky?
Yeah.
That's your exact angle. Yeah. The closer you get, the more the angle comes up and the more you can see in the water. Have you ever noticed if you want to look straight down in water, you've got to look straight down? Yeah, but if the further away from water you go, the less you can see. And that's all about the refraction. Right. So when you're doing terrain quite often, you're looking at doing refracted light in very strange ways. But people often say, water isn't blue. Yeah, but I mean, if you're the size of a mountain looking down on a green field, it would be blue because it would be at that refraction. It's almost 100% reflection. Okay, you're not seeing anything underneath.
Like,
you know what I mean?
You get it all reflected from the sky.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. That's
right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And right, we better have a look at the comments because as we've been bumbling, I haven't been looking at what you guys have said. Right, people are talking about the book. Yeah, total was over £1,000 in a live show. Yeah, that was that crazy one. Yep. Someone gave £500 and the rest of them thought they'd match it, so they did.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I just sat there crying. Very quickly, just lighter paints on the edge, darker in the centre, then I would tint the resin and do a couple of pours, then clear coat the last. Yeah, that would work, much along the same lines as we're talking. There's always a few ways of doing this and everyone's got their own little personal thing, but it's the principles you follow. At the end of the day, you could follow my principle, but terrain is also personal taste. Yeah, you know what I mean? So a lot of people are slightly different. I probably wouldn't put a clear coat over the top. Yeah, because I'd be thinking sewer. I wouldn't want it so reflective and shiny. Sure. I'd still want it. I'd probably want it a bit mute. That's why I'd probably mix a bit of paint in rather than ink.
Right. Okay.
Get a bit dirty, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of knock down the reflection.
Yeah.
They're talking gopher dances. No one's other than that. I don't see any other comments. Yeah. Maybe it's time to start planning Melcon. I've told you, if you want Melcon, you sort Melcon and I'll come. Don't be pulling me into this Melcon malarkey. I've got enough on as it is.
You'll be the guest of honour.
Yeah, Melcon. They keep asking. Yeah. All right. So that was our resin question. Right. Let's move on. Let's get our next question because we've only got a couple. Okay. Gary's asking rare earth magnets. Can they be recessed into XPS foam to make GW scenery modular with a board? Yes, they can. What you need to do, is dead simple. Get your get your finger, get your XPS foam, stick your finger in, flick a bit out. Yeah. Get milliput, smooth it over, push your magnet in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it'll harden. Yeah, the milliput will grip the magnet solid. It will bond with the XPS. It will be perfectly flat, perfectly normal, and it works. Excellent. Yeah, there's lots of other techniques of you could get a drill bit and then drill it. Pick a bit out, stick a bit of milliput into it, push your magnet in. Yeah, and then just get a flat bit of plastic card to push your magnet down. And to flatten the milliput in line with the surface. And generally when I've done this in the past, then what I'll do is once it's starting to cure and it's not too tacky, flip it over on a bit of greaseproof paper, a bit of real pressure from the other side, just to get everything sitting nice and flat.
Right, okay.
And then once it's cured, come in with a very, very fine sandpaper, and just if there's any little bits of milliput bobbling up that might cause bases to perhaps sit a little bit raised.
Right, yep.
Because if you've got a little bit of that in the middle of a base, it can actually raise the end up by a couple of mil.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm a bit of a perfectionist like that, but you know what I mean? Just quick skim over. But yeah, that's how you do that. That's my solution. There's probably 101 other methods, and they're all valid.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's how I do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Check the comments for any other methods. Yeah. Oh, we got 6 questions. People are starting. 7. Oh, you gits. Right, we're answering questions.
They're all about palm trees.
Okay. Callum. Hi, Dave and Mel. Pledged on your book and dead excited over it. My question is how to get a good patina.
Patina models.
What's a patina?
Patina is weathering. It's a weathering effect. Typically, patina is people refer to patina when they see it on like bronze statues. Or
is it
copper weathering down from that bright orange to a
it's the
brown
green stuff.
It could be the verdigris that you'll find
verdigris
on there.
Oh, it's a type. So verdigris would be a type of patina.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Rust is another type of patina.
Right. Okay. Right. So it's surface
discoloration.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some orc vehicles I'm doing and trying to figure out how to get that proper rust sort of dilapidated effect.
I'll let Dave answer this, and then I'll throw my answer in. Now he's the vehicle painter, but I am a terrainiac. I do rust.
I know.
Go on, that's yours. Go on, Dave. Give your.
So for orc vehicles, what I'd be doing is I do a lot of dry brushing. Dry brushing adds a lot of texture. Rust has a lot of texture to it. So I'd usually start off with a dark paint like Tinny Tin from Vallejo, which is a very dark brown metallic, and I dry brush like a dark silver over that.
Yeah.
To again just continue to build up that texture. Once you've got all that going on, I'd probably use I've been using a lot of red leather from Vallejo, which is a fantastic one for using as a wash. So putting a thin wash over pieces, or putting it where the water is going to pool,
right,
and you're going to find the rust. So it's usually at the bottom of those armored panels on the side of a vehicle. So you wouldn't see a lot of it up here. You'll see it all down here. And then if you wanted to take it further and have it that really bright sort of orange rust, stippling with a dark brown paint through that red leather to a bright orange paint.
All right.
That's how I'd tackle those. And then if you really want to have everything pop, go along and hit the top edges of things with a really bright silver.
Yeah, as the chipping, as the scar to the bare metal.
Yeah. To that sort of thing. So you get lots of because what putting that red leather over the silver is going to do is reduce your contrast. Putting that silver back on will increase your contrast again, which is what you want to have on a wargaming miniature.
Yeah. Right, from a terrain angle with the rust, the way I'd approach it is slightly... Phil, you... Oh, Kaz! Love you! Did you hear the hoof?
I wouldn't be trying that.
We do it every show. She'll hit me as she walks past, but we'll get over it. Yeah. So anyway, right. The way I would approach it is firstly is to understand rust and what rust is. Rust is oxidization of metals, specifically iron, and it's the iron, which is basically a composite of two metals. Yeah, desire to revert to its natural form, but basically break down.
Yep.
Yeah, through oxidization. Now, it's not just a colour process, it's a texture change, it's a material change. When you look at really rusted stuff, it's pitted, it's gritty. You can have a smooth bit of metal. Love you. T2. Yeah, it's pitty, it's bitty.
Because Dave's in.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube, thinking of monetarisation. Not true, never had. I switched monetarisation off on my live videos a long time ago. It's just easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then now she's sitting back going, do I complain against that strike? I'm not sure. What did I say in that show?
Yeah.
I can't remember. No, just leave. It's not worth it. Yeah. But anyway, so what I'd do is I'd approach it slightly different. I'd go off with a bit of black, a bit of brown, and a bit of purple. Okay, because when you look at really corroded, it's very dark brown, but it's got a purple tinge to it, a very subtle purple tinge. Okay, and I'd mix that with filler. Okay, to make a textured paint.
Sorry.
Yeah.
2 sugars.
2 sugars, please.
Yeah, and then I'd stipple that, which will give you the same colour, but will also give you the pittedness.
Yep.
Yeah. Then do what he said. Basically, work up through the colours.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember, with the really bright one, it's not just a matter of the rusting. The reason you get really bright rust is because it's been diluted with water. So you often see the really bright in the runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be your streaking stuff. Quite often you'll see it, around chipping, fresh chipping, and that's because the paint gets chipped, and then you essentially get a little crater, and physically that traps water when it's got moisture.
Yep.
Yeah, which accelerates the dilution of the little bit of rust that's there, which makes it a lot brighter than it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to do, anywhere that would be exposed to water.
Yep.
Okay? Occasional water, not soaked in water.
Yeah, because soaked in water means that
it would wash it away.
Well, you're starving it of oxygen. It needs the water and the oxygen separately.
And not just that, for the actual streaks to fix, it's got to dry, so those little bits of rust can... Like a bit like pigment powders, isn't it? Yeah, but that's essentially where I'd say on rust. So I hope that helps, Callum. We're on 8 questions. Okay, Mel, what type of train have you always wanted to make but haven't went all out on? Palm trees.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Awesome.
To be truthful, it's my castle build. Yeah, that's the project I want to do. Oh, thank you, baby. Did you spit in it?
No.
Just in mine.
Not this time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
It's my castle build. I've got this ongoing project to build an epic 6x4 castle.
Nice.
Yeah, and the concept I've always wanted. I like castles. Yeah, I grew up in North Wales.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like castles. Yeah, and the idea of it was going to be a castle on a cliff next to a fortified town with a dock and then the sea and there were a couple of wrecks.
Right.
But the fundamental idea was I wanted it to be a project that presented me with copious amounts of the most challenging aspects of terrain building.
Okay.
I basically wanted to throw it at myself and just say, right, how good are you?
Right.
One of the problems with doing tutorials, and I'm not trying to big myself up or commissions, is time is always limited.
Yep.
Yeah, you never get to go all out. I mean, you've probably never gone all out on as far as you'd really like to go on a paid job.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When there's a time constraint and that sort of stuff, you can never go full bore.
Yep.
And to really challenge myself, because it involved mistakes, it involved learning and really pushing myself.
Yep.
Yeah, and the amount of fine detail would be heavy investment.
Yeah.
So it's always been a project that, until I get to a certain stability level with the channel,
right.
yeah, I can't risk taking it on because it won't get completed because something else will have to replace it.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's always been a project that I've always wanted to this is what I'm going to do. And it was challenged me on the brickwork, on the buildings, on trees, on rock works, waterfalls, deep water, rough water.
Great.
You know, all the real terrain
makes
challenges.
I can see it in my mind now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The vision, and it's
Yeah.
that's what I'm taking to Salute to kick Dave Marshall's arse.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, 17 years in a row he's bloody won.
Right.
Yeah, salute.
Nice.
Then again, it takes about 7 Dave Marshall is a great guy. He's a good mate, but he is prolific in his terrain making.
He is incredibly.
Yeah, and so he hedges his bets. Because he not just that, he makes for quite a lot of the big guys.
Yep.
So they're always big tables. They're always glossy tables. I mean, that thing at Salute this year, that fort.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fantastic. Yeah. He also, how many tables did he have? He had
This year,
I think I saw 3 that he.
I think it was 3 or 4.
On.
Yeah. The year before, he told me he had 7.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, Dave, come on, give everyone else a chance. So I turn around and he does this thing. He says, I only do the Salute tables every other year. And I know you're lying. Yeah, because he says it gives other people a chance. And I'm like, don't you? You are submitting a table when I'm submitting a table, Dave, because me and you are going head to head. It will be, 17-1, son. It will be 17-1.
Awesome. That's great.
People are shouting at me to check PayPal. That's always worrying.
Oh.
Yeah, because I see a PayPal. Oh, shit. So close. So close. Yeah, I'm going to do another question before I check PayPal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, they've upped the ante.
Right. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Okay, right. Suggestions for scatter pieces for a Celtic village. Obviously a few buildings, skins, lumber, campfire. Then what? See that book where it says Red Dock on it?
Yep.
Codus Melicus.
Nice. I love how the T's are trees. I'm disappointed that they're not palm trees.
Cottages, palisades, jousting settled, marketplace, well, stock, stables, pillory, blacksmith, hangman's noose, shaming post, windmills, whale stamina, roundhouse, terse roof, maypole. Maypole Celtic, that would fall into, because maypole's a fertility festival. It's a what you call it, Celtic one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's pagan, so maypole would fall in, those sort of things. Celtic crosses would fall in. Basket weave fencing, are you going to have pig pens and animal pens, because they would have secured their animals close to their farmstead back in those days.
Very definitely. Would you have stones, like standing stones?
You would, I mean,
like maybe not close to the village, but nearby.
You'd maybe not in the village itself, because the village would be a utility area, but you would have a sacred space, because the druids would have that as part of their administration. You'd also probably have some sort of burial space, like a burial mound. Yeah, they're coming in the next. So I'm literally filming these at the minute, guys. So you've got these coming if you're after them.
You'd have a midden heap somewhere?
A midden heap?
All the trash.
Yeah, I would imagine you. And what's your charcoal smouldering as well?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, for making your charcoal and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
I imagine did we mention skins? Yeah, we did mention the things that they do for skinning.
Yep.
A couple of little bits that you could decorate outside your roundhouses and your longhouses and stuff like that. Things like grinding stones and those sort of utility
tools.
things.
In general, what tools would they be using?
Well, a lot of them were. I mean, Celtic was. You sort of stone into early Bronze Age.
Yep.
We weren't quite into Iron Age at Celtic, were we? Celtic
so.
Iron came sort of with the Romans. They brought it with them. Yeah, and that was the sort of end of the Bronze Age. Because I mean, there's no definitive end of Bronze Age, start of Iron. You know, there's that crossover where everyone's using bronze and knows it, but someone's got a bit of iron who's slightly better, and then you get the proliferation.
Yeah, it's not like January 1st.
Exactly.
Every hand in your bronze weapons will hand you all some
iron
swords.
I mean, it's quite tangible in Europe that it's Iron Age somewhere and Bronze Age somewhere else.
Yep.
You know, it's information and skills. Because, I mean, you know, being able to make a sharper and stronger sword was something that wasn't shared.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? That was information that was kept.
Yeah,
you know, so it took time for this information to proliferate and people work out, like, what are they doing here? How are they doing this?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's definitely that sort of smelting pits and that sort of stuff, because they would have been doing Bronze Age stuff. They would have been smelting bronze.
Yep.
That also leads to the spin-off. If you're Celtic, they would have been quarrying.
True. Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, they're going to need stone for the houses. They're going to need there'll be flint weaponing, so they'll be looking for flint.
Right.
Yeah, and on top of that, they'll be looking for raw ore of bronze so they can smelt.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's plenty of options there for scatter and interesting little pieces,
digging,
and also environments. Because I mean, you've got the village. Then you've got the sacred and the and the sort of burial mound.
Yes,
You've got the quarrying.
Yep.
Yeah, you could also argue. Celtic time, we were just breaking into forest clearance and starting agriculture and starting to rear animals properly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because we were moving out the caves into dwellings and, you know...
small fields, cultivated crops.
Cultivating. I mean, essentially, the Celtic period and the Bronze Age was where we moved from the sort of hunter-gatherer of the Stone Age to the farmer. Yeah, and that's where we start to get a little bit more civilized and a bit more skilled. Before that, we went out, killed things, and gathered berries. Essentially, we were living in caves.
Yeah.
You know, after that, we started getting a bit more organized because we could live in caves and hunt like that because we were. What is it when you move from area?
Nomadic.
We were nomadic as a people, weren't we? We moved with the nations and with the seas and that and the seasons.
Yep.
Whereas when we put down foots, that's when we started cultivating the land around us.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's plenty of options for that, actually. And a couple more to go on my list for the tutorial list.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so hope that helps, Jay. No doubt there is Celtic village, animal pens with wicker fences. Oh, yeah. Bring forth the Book of Armaments. Holy, I think that the Highland Grenade of Antonon. Watch Britannia for ideas for Celtic Village. I'll tell you what I've been doing lately.
Yep.
I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
First person
Yep.
RPG
Right.
based in Eastern European medieval.
Right.
Yeah, with a
Okay.
strong storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, had 20 historical experts advise
Wow.
on everything from the costumes, all the
Yeah.
roles, the buildings. I've been wandering around my village screen capping like you wouldn't believe. I've got so many ideas. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, blew my mind. They did palisades horizontally.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
with stakes holding them in.
Right.
And it was
okay,
like,
yeah.
that'd be so much quick. Of course they would. And it's got, it's
Way
historical.
quicker.
There's got to be a reference. Some
Yeah.
medieval historian has gone that way.
Yep.
Do these that way. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Yep.
But it's possible, there's a storyline to it.
Right.
Okay. Or multiple storylines to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those RPGs where if you get a quest, people don't wait round for you. So if you're not there, they get on with it themselves and you miss your opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've really be on the time, but it's possible to like go through and fight your way through.
Yeah.
Or it's possible to complete the entire game and only have to kill one person who was the guy who killed your mother and father.
Oh, okay. Radio.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's one bit, Corbin loves it, and I didn't realise there's one bit to it, and he was really hammering it, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm okay with this. There's occasional rude word and that sort of stuff, but
Right.
no worse than he is at school, and
Right.
the violence is no different than he plays on his PlayStation, so I was cool with it.
Yeah.
I just walked in and I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm on a quest. And I said, what you got to do? He says, I've got to go back to where my village burnt down and bury me mum and dad.
Jeez.
And I'm like, okay, I haven't properly put... He's got further in the game than me.
Sometimes these are the things you have to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you alright with that, lad? And he said, yeah, I'm going to go round rob the bodies first.
It wasn't my actual mum.
I'm like, yeah, you are a true gamer. You're not getting... That would have been emotional for me. I would have like felt for that because I'd have been engaged.
Yeah.
To him, he's just seeing it as, well, there's no one in the town. I can do some robbing.
Yeah. That's like when you're Luke Skywalker going back to...
Cat saying, you're
Yes.
avoiding the PayPals, dude. Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, there's another one. Please
Excellent.
do spill... Oil spills, please. Oil spills.
Oil spills.
Oil spills are pretty easy. What you want to do is you want black ink, yeah, or
Right.
black paint, and you want some iridescent medium, acrylic medium.
Like a pearl medium.
Yeah,
okay,
and that'll give you the shiny, glossy, oily look.
Yep.
Yeah, it's called iridescence.
Yep.
You're gonna get acrylic mediums, which are basically clear but with that styling.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that sort of effect. And
That's
you just
fine.
mix them with a bit of paint or a bit of acrylic ink, and just paint them on. Yeah,
Cool.
they're really good for Wraithbone.
Okay. Yeah.
It's iridescent, isn't it? It's pearlesque. So
Right,
it looks
okay,
like
yeah,
bone.
Right, yep.
Yeah, so
So,
you-
so instead of mixing it into black, it mixes it into...
You mix it into white, just into cream,
yeah,
paint it on.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
That'd be
it
cool.
looks really
Nice.
well. Yeah.
Excellent, I hadn't thought of that.
Ah. I used to paint my Eldar terrain with it.
See, I hate Eldar. I would
Who-
break all if you have Eldar terrain.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Due to the lack of graves in Britain from the Iron Age, that may well have been a practiced excarnation, sky burial on platforms possible.
Oh, yeah.
You see, this is the other thing that I love about my community. So many historical people and that sort of stuff because of where they're coming from. And because it's
Yeah.
terrain,
Yep.
we get people from all over the wargaming community.
Yep.
Then you get the add-ons, which are like the crafters, the diorama makers.
Sure.
Yeah, then you get the railway people. So you throw a question out there, and the amount of people in here and the sort of knowledge they have is
Yep.
phenomenal.
Yep.
Right, next
awesome.
question, and I'm going to switch the questions off now because we've got about 20 minutes, and I don't want to run over. We've only got so long. Yeah. So where's my link button to not yet stop? So I've got the questions in. If we've still got time and we're not at half past by the time we finish the questions, we'll mingle in the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, but we'll wind up about 10:30 because I've got to get him back to his hotel and that sort of stuff. He's had a long weekend, bless him. You have had a long
I have.
weekend,
It was-
truthful.
it was-
Because you flew in on Friday, didn't you?
Yeah, arrived Friday morning. It was 2 hours sleep Thursday night. 5 hours Friday night. Probably got about 5 hours last night as well. So
Yeah.
I'm.
You'll sleep well, and I'm not picking you up till 9:30 tomorrow,
yeah,
mate, so you
yeah,
get a
should be
good
right.
kip.
Should be right.
Right, Jonathan's asking, Mel, I've been trying to make a medieval, yeah, I'm assuming, house, but I can't seem to get it right. Do you have any advice for me? Don't be too perfect. Medieval, I'm not saying ramshackle, but yeah, quite often, although medieval houses were built really nice, unfortunately due to wargaming, Yeah, we've got the perception in the hobby that they weren't, and so you have to build to that perception rather than reality.
Right.
It's one of these situations where if you build a medieval house properly like it would have been and put it on a wargaming table, it won't look right. Yeah,
It's because it's scaling.
it's
a
not just the
issue,
scaling.
isn't it?
It's the style. We decorate our scenery in a certain
Oh,
style.
okay,
So
right,
with fantasy, we see it as a little bit ramshackle, don't we?
Right, yep.
Whereas in truth, it wouldn't have been. It'd be quite solid, decent builds.
Oh, I'm sure it'd be a completely decent build.
Yeah.
I think some of that ramshackleness might come from the idea that nothing was square or plumb. Not everything was.
You've never
was
been to
square.
Shrewsbury, have you?
What? Where it's all square and plumb?
I'll tell you what, yeah, when they were built, they were squared. The problem is, yeah, back in the medieval times, they didn't do foundations properly.
I wish they'd come and built my house.
Yeah.
My house isn't square.
I'll take you to Shrewsbury. Some of the houses are mad in Shrewsbury.
Right,
They're
okay.
like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But the thing is, they didn't do. I mean, what we do when we build a house is we put basically a concrete block down.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't even have concrete.
Yep.
You know, they were basically putting beams into the ground, trying to set them. The ground could move. You could get a little bit of shift. On top of that, there's a lot of design stuff with building medieval stuff with the support timbers, and then quite often, you know, what they'd use is brick for the lower bit because that would need to be the strong bit. Then they'd extend the floor out on the next floor, yeah, because you get more floor space, and because the brick was supporting that and you weren't using brick on the top, it was cheaper to expand out because you'd have more wallage if you expanded out.
I like that word, wallage.
Wallage, yeah, square footage essentially. So it can be a cost element, that sort of stuff. Quite often though, when you're doing medievals for wargaming though, what you want to need to do is get it a little bit ramshackled. So don't have your straight edges. You know what I mean? Have the sort of nave of the roof sort of sloped in and dipping a bit.
Yeah.
Miss the odd tile, get it. Remember, they weren't. Although in truth, in medieval times, they were actually quite house proud and looked after their houses. Yeah, but in wargaming, we don't see that.
I guess this is the question that's got to go back in: is how long has that house been around?
Yeah.
Was it built 100 years ago? Was it built 50 years ago?
What's the social standing of the person in the hand? You know, does he have to give a good impression? Yeah, in which case he'd have his house whitewashed every year.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whereas if he didn't, then you know the blacksmith, he ain't gonna do up his house because no one's coming to the blacksmith for a nice house. They're coming for the forge.
Exactly.
You know, but you know, perhaps a merchant.
The merchant would want it.
You want to present. I'm rich. I'm successful. You know what I mean?
Everything has to present that.
Yeah.
So
you know, I think really what you need to do is whose house is it and how long has it been there and where is it? Is it in a little village? Is it in a hamlet? Is it in a city?
Yep.
You know, I think those are the questions as well. You need a context for what you're building. You know what I mean? And once you actually know who lives there and where it is, I've already got that written down somewhere.
That's got to be in the book. Context. Talking about context.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Cool.
It's the picture.
Yep. Yeah. That's what the picture you're trying to create.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Next question. We are on 7 of 9. Hey. Yeah. DJ Max. Any tips for scale modelling? I'm a beginner. Yeah. First off, start small, mate. Yep. Okay. Whenever you're getting into anything new, we all have this grandiose idea of building something amazing. We want to do something.
A 6 foot by 4 foot castle.
Yeah. We've all done it. Yeah. Start small. Make your mistakes on small bits because that way you'll learn your mistake very quickly and correct it on the next bit. So your sort of slope of learning will escalate very quickly. Yeah. Until you start to plateau, which is where the real learning and the hard work and understanding your materials and your techniques and your experience comes in. And that's life. Take on anything. There's a quick learning curve as you get up to speed, and then after that it's you understanding the subject. Yeah, where the slow gains are made.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you start with small pieces, you'll escalate up that a lot quicker because obviously you've got to complete the piece to make the mistakes. If you make a bigger piece, it's going to take you longer to complete, make the mistakes and escalate. So do small. Secondly, obviously, you've got not the Battlefield Basics. Check out my technical playlist. Check out my Back to Basics playlist.
Right.
There's videos in there on everything. Glues, brushes, there's videos on individual materials. Yeah.
I love
I never
videos.
thought I could do a 45-minute video on PVA.
I'm excited that you did.
Yes. Do you know what?
That's a great video. I love that one.
The amount of people who've commented under, I can't believe I thoroughly enjoyed 45 minutes of
I can't believe I watched 45 minutes of PvE.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not something you can tell normal people.
No.
You know what I mean? What did you do last night? I'm not telling them what I did last night.
No.
No, they'll never look at me straight again. Also, question, Mel, what's the update on the Medieval series and the Pumpkins? Yeah, well, I'm literally filming it. It's just, this week's a bit manic with Salute and everything. I've got a massive editing job. Yeah, it took me 27 minutes to transfer the Salute footage from the smart card to my hard drive.
Wow.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Just to put it in context, I've worked out I've got roughly about 50 gigs. Yeah, and about 400 photos.
Wow. That's
cool. To edit down into a video for you guys by Thursday probably, because you ain't going to have it for Tuesday. No chance. Yeah, but yeah, that series is definitely coming. It is on the cards. I'm actually breaking it down because Medieval is too big of a series. So I'm going for sort of Dark Age, Early Age, Middle Age. Yeah,
right,
which sort of fits in with European, with sort of like Bronze and Iron Age, then dropping into sort of like, you know, after the Romans left, and then into the sort of Renaissance of the proper Medieval.
Right.
And that's easier for me to section into tutorials. Otherwise, the Medieval series would go on and on and on for about a year by the time I'd covered all the sorts of different terrain you can cover, from the Celtic Age to the Medieval, you know, large castles.
Right,
you know, there's too much. So we'll break it down so we can get other stuff in between.
Yep.
But it's coming. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, answer the scale model one for DJ Max. Yeah, quick. Gavin Gant. Does Dave have a YouTube channel? Yes, it's Dave Taylor Miniatures, but your blog's probably the better place to go to really catch up on what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, my blog is probably better, which is davetaylorminiatures.blogspot.com.
Can a moderator post that as a link, please?
Oh, great. But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel at the moment. Basically, I set that up after talking with Mel and did a Warlord Titan build.
Yeah.
So I took the huge model from Games Workshop, and it's a 22-part series, I think.
Yeah.
From start to finish. So if you want anything you want to know about putting together large resin kits,
it's in there.
Yeah.
But that was an experiment, wasn't it, to play with YouTube and you know, have a feel and find it, you know. Because like I say, one thing I pointed out to Dave is YouTube is one of those things that, to be truthful, you either, if you want to do it, you've got to do it, and it's got to be your core.
Exactly.
You've got to be a YouTuber like I am. This is my core.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just don't have the time right now.
I think one of the things for me, I work with a lot of different companies.
Yeah.
And I never do exactly the same thing for more than one company. So I'm doing something different all the time, and I really enjoy like what I do on Monday is completely different to what I do on Tuesday, different to what I do on Wednesday. But
I suppose it'd be challenging for why people would follow your channel.
Yeah.
You know, because one of the things we always said was consistency.
It lacks consistency. So the way that I work lacks consistency. So YouTube channel doesn't really.
Oh shit! We're dancing.
We're dancing. Nice. But it's there. So what I put up is there. You can go and check that out. But yeah, so I think for me, it's got to be project based. Anything I put up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's got to be focused on a thing that I'm doing, because I can feel comfortable about creating content for that.
Yeah.
Right? But not sitting down every Sunday night to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes,
and then like the Thursday night show, and
sometimes I'll pass out at 8:30.
Yeah.
And so a 9 o'clock show would be terrible for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't.
We may have to. As Mel gets older, this show may get earlier. By the way, as Mel's bedtime comes down, you know what I mean.
Nice. I was hoping it was going to be later because I'm like 5 hours behind. Yeah. This is always on at 4 when I'm out with my.
We see you want to stay for my live shows, for my US specials.
All right. Yeah.
When I don't walk into the studio until 11 o'clock and watch it at 11 o'clock at night.
Right. Yep.
And then I start the cameras up just for the Americans.
Yep.
Yeah, but the main place would be Jace has posted it for us right now. Dave Taylor Miniatures. Now you see, when me and Dave first sort of got together, sort of met each other digitally, you know, as you do in the community. It was very much, we were both bloggers. Then, you know, I had my thing that I left the blogging sphere to, you know, real life. But you carried on, and you've consistently carried on blogging, haven't you? I mean, you're not as
I've been a little bit crap. I'm going to use the word crap. And in the last couple of years, things have slowed down quite a bit. And that's also because of the companies I've been working for, where I needed to do work on developing a community. So the painting work that I had been putting on my blog, as this is random stuff that I'm doing, was very focused, and I was putting that up on other locations. Yeah. So I was still doing just as much work, but not
as much focused on your blog. But if you want to know about Dave and what he's up to, Dave Taylor Miniatures at blogspot.com. It's the better place to go looking. Yeah, than the YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel doesn't really reflect the amount of work you've done and everything. I mean, damn. I mean, I remember when you were doing your talent; they were beautiful.
I think there's over 700 posts from the last 9 years. On there. So,
hey up, Ant, how you doing, mate? Ant was running Blood and Plunder at Salute.
All right, okay,
cool. The pirate game.
From Firelock Games.
Yeah.
Great. I painted it. So I do a live stream. Tuesdays and Thursdays with Game Trade Media.
Oh, right, yeah.
Game Trade, Diamond Alliance distribute Blood and Plunder, so we painted up some of the ships. On the live stream, and they were great, fantastic pieces.
Right. The last question is actually a duplicate from DJ Max, which is any tips for beginner. We've answered it, so we've done the questions. Yay! Which means we're going to have to get to the bloody PayPals.
Check it out now.
Right. Here we go. Order 5 o'clock start then. Oh, you shut up, Ant. Thanks for putting the link out, Jace. So that's your blog and your YouTube channel.
Oh, the blog link doesn't work.
It does? Sorry, the page. Right.
Oh.
Hey, that's your index page, isn't it? Click home. Click the home button. Just click home and it'll take you to the actual page. If you click that link on there, click home. It's Blogspot doing something. I think it's because it's got a slash at the end. That's the only difference.
Well, usually I'd be saying .com.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, it will change. It will change it for you.
Yeah, so .com/. Yeah, oh, there you are. Yeah, .com then. There you are. But yeah, Dave's done. Things have slowed down, but do you remember those days, dude? Those were the days. They were us.
2014.
Yeah.
Was 110 posts.
Yeah, those were the...
There were 12 posts in December. What the hell?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was prolific.
Yep.
But yeah, Dave, Blogspot for Dave. Check his stuff out on there. Yeah. Dance, you gophers, dance. Yes, okay, let's do some PayPals.
You have a little bit more energy.
You're going to need it.
How vigorous is this gopher dance?
Oh, it's dead easy. We only do it for about 5-6 seconds because we'll keel over laughing. It's nothing. Look, we'll have made idiots of ourselves. That's the point.
Right.
That's all they want to see. Oh, could we have not hit the target? No, there's no chance. We've hit the target. Right. Dan, Tamsin was the last one. Yeah?
Yep.
So... Right. If what we were 41 with 59 to go.
Yep.
Okay, now next one we've got a PayPal. Yeah, from our Graham. Our Graham in the audience. That was Scylla, wasn't it? Do you know Scylla? Scylla Black, Blind Date.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Our Graham in the audience. Yeah, our Graham. Oh yeah, he wants to see us dance. He's just sent the message, go for dance, along with his 20 British nuggets.
Nice.
Yes. That's followed swiftly by my moderator, Kat. Yeah. Who also wants to see me dance. Need to see those booties shaking, so she sent 20.
No, dear.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
It's not stopping, dude. Yeah. Jez, the leather worker. Yeah, he wants to... I haven't even seen the message. I'm skint, but it's worth it for the entertainment. Now dance monkeys. He sent 5 British, so even skint he wants us dancing. Yeah, we've got Dave.
Think of all these puppet masters out there.
Yeah, and I think Dave, what do you call it? Dave Blee. He has sent 10 British nuggets, or equivalent, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, with the message. Oh, it's not coming up.
Buffering.
Yeah. Looking forward to receiving the new book, Dave. Congratulations on the success of the Kickstarter. Will certainly support Mel in any endeavour, Bring on the dance, striking hand.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Right, thanks guys. Now, by my calculations, that's £99. So unfortunately, we haven't hit the target. Yeah, we have. We proper have. We're gonna have to. Okay. We've got 5 minutes. You can have 2 minutes. Yeah, while we build up courage and stock ourselves with sugar. Yeah, you beautiful people. I love you, beautiful people. But there's times when I hate you, beautiful people. I absolutely hate them. Yeah.
Okay, I should get this chair ready.
Oh, right. Chair? We have to stand.
I have to stand for it?
Okay. Yeah.
I should get this chair ready to push back.
For Mel's dream, it has to be the castle build. It has got to be the castle build. Everyone I talk to about that. We've got a couple of minutes and I need to calm down a little. Thank you, guys. It is massively appreciated. You know what I mean? So thank you for that, guys. Yeah. But going back to my castle build.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just constantly just keeps coming back of like, build me.
Yep.
You know? And it's like, throw as many challenges at myself as I physically can. If there's the hard way of doing it, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think one of the problems I've always had, I've produced good tables, but to be perfectly honest, I still don't think anyone has ever seen what I can really do.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've always felt I haven't had enough time. I've always felt with every single project.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's like the castle build is the one like, you got a year, boss.
Right, yep.
To build 1 6x4, what can you do in a year?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking museum quality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5 foot tall.
This would be beyond museum quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to kick Dave Marshall's arse at the next salute.
You ready, Dave?
Yeah, I'm going to, and mate, and if I don't, I'm going to drop the biggest part of the castle in a sock and beat you with it.
Nice.
We're getting violent. Sock. Hi, what's the trip to Stoke? I dance for money. What's the trip to Stoke? I dance for money on the internet. Right, I think we're going to...
He didn't mention this at all.
Yeah,
at all.
What's your favourite project to work on? What would be the dream project? The Castle Ant. You know that, mate. You know that.
Cool.
We still need oil spills tutorial using resin and hardener. All right, what you call it? I'll put it on the list. We'll do it as a terrain technique. I'll have to build some roads to oil spill on first, though.
Sure.
That's the challenge, isn't it? You know, it's easy technique, but you need something to show it onto.
Yep.
Steps. Right. I have to teach Dave the gopher dance.
Okay.
Come on, Dave. It's dead simple. Right, let's go.
Move back.
Oh, dear. Yeah. Now, do you remember Caddyshack?
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a long time, though.
Yeah, well, basically, the way the gopher dances, yeah? Is he tucks his arms in and he does that sort of thing. But at the same time, he moves like, no, you're yeah, so gopher dance. Thank you, guys. You are an awesome bunch of guys. And I hate you for this. Listen, thanks for joining us on a Sunday night. Thank you from me. Thank you from Dave Taylor. I'm in the studio tomorrow with Dave. We're not live. We might do a little bit of video in the afternoon if we get round to it. But, Dave, we've got a project that we need to sort, so that's what we're up here for. But, yeah. Thanks for joining me, Dave. Yeah, hope you had a good evening. Awesome. And you guys.
Thanks, guys.
If I don't get the salute video out before Thursday, I will see you on Thursday. But that's the main thing I'm working on because it's a hell of a project. But content is coming, guys. So, see you soon. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra. Right, just click that.